would like figure out how to make me squirt.
You know, like when your bladder is full, you actually can come harder.
I know, because pressing on your clit.
Yeah.
So
that's
the
why I'm
internal
like,
structure.
but then that makes me nervous because I'm like, what if I'm like, coming and then I pee?
Yeah.
And then it's not like squirting. It's like, oh, I'm just peeing. Like it's just so full and there's pressure. I don't know. I have a really, that's like when you're on the table giving birth and like people shit. I'm like, those are things I think about.
People come.
It makes me nervous. No.
Yeah.
Come and shit.
Come while they're giving birth.
And give a baby. Oh my God.
Everything.
The female body is
The body.
incredible.
Insane.
Murder documentaries.
Yes. That's
Which
it.
I know nothing about.
And I was like, Raye is not going to
Great.
understand.
No, I saw your questions for
Any
this
of
episode. I was like, I don't know what any of
Oh my God. What do
Great.
you watch?
I watch.
I'm like, what else is there? That's horrible. I'm like, what else is there?
I watch
Legitimate shows.
I just watch SNL and its subsidiaries. Like
you
know,
watch comedy clips.
I watch comedy clips.
Yeah.
Lots of comedy clips.
Branch out.
I know. I
Live
need
a
to.
little.
I'm like, oh, bored.
I think, okay, what would be like the right gateway murder cult documentary?
Mother God.
like
God.
if I had to
my
pick
Mother
one.
God. Because it's wild.
Yes, it is.
And you're just going to be like, oh my God, she's drinking wine and smoking weed. What's so wrong? And then she's just like, hello, everyone. I am Mother Earth. This is Mother God, Mother Earth, Mother. And then she's just like this normal blonde girl who has a bunch of people following her. And she then like drinks a bunch of colloidal silver and like turns blue and dies. And like asks
literally.
She asks her like cult to like take her to the nearest hospital, and they're like, no, she's kidding. Like, she's Mother God. And they just hand her another goblet of wine, and then she dies.
Is this real?
Yes,
This is real.
This is real.
It's like, imagine a cult.
How do they
filmed
film it? I don't understand.
Because they were obsessively documenting themselves.
Oh, they were.
Yeah,
okay.
They were obsessed with social media. They felt like they were like
Yeah.
literally like housing a deity.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like these people are all like the hot, crazy people you meet at an LA sound bath.
I love that.
Like,
Yes.
I was like, I know all of these people.
Yeah.
But
Like-
they
or,
just
like, you go
happen to
Wii
be
Spa
somewhere.
and
Where
you're
are
just like,
they?
I know you.
They're like,
Wii Spa. And I
You're still having.
You
my-
love
listen,
Wii
I
Spa.
live in K-Town. I love Wii Spa. And but yeah, like she's like, she claims that all of she was dead very like several times, and then she came back as these people. She like claims she was Marilyn Monroe, she was Robin Williams, like random people, also people that were still alive. She didn't always just like, choose people that were dead. She's like, I've been this person. We're like, sis, they're still alive.
I am
Like,
Obama.
how are you? Yeah, I am.
Exactly.
I am Obama.
I am Obama.
Anyway,
right?
that's a good. I feel like that's
Anyway, welcome to Yenta.
Yenta!
The podcast that's sometimes about comedy, sometimes about Judaism, and always about gossip.
my favorite.
Today on the pod, I'm Raye Schiller.
I'm Antonia Lassar.
And I'm Mason Smajstrla.
Today on the pod, we have Mason Smajstrla.
You were like, please pronounce it so that we can say it after you.
So glad you said your
Yeah.
last name first.
I was like, I know exactly what's going on
But
here.
I got it. I got it.
We're good.
You've
After you
seen
said it.
Mason if you have watched any comedy on the internet about teaching and or reality TV.
Or if you're one of 24 million of her viewers on one of her reels.
One
Or-
reel.
Yeah.
Strange.
So many views.
That's weird.
And you're tearing it up as a stand-up
Yes.
around
Okay.
LA.
Thank you.
And then you're tearing it up as a content creator
Content.
on the
you.
internet.
Yeah.
What are your
I love it.
top 3 tips for content creators?
Oh my God. Ew, this is going to sound so bad, but like literally whatever you're good at, do that. Don't try to do what anyone else is doing. Because like everything I was doing was really bad until I realized that like I was the secret weapon. I was like, oh, just being me is going to get me more views, if that makes sense.
Everyone
so
says
whatever,
that, but I don't. I'm me.
I know.
feel like I'm me.
But also,
Where are my views?
pro tip, everyone starts from zero.
Yeah.
So like you always get in your head about like, oh my God, this is so bad. Or it's
Yeah.
gonna take me for. I'm like, everybody has started from nothing and has no idea what they're doing, and everyone's faking it till they make it. You have to be delusional as hell. Like Delulu really is the Solulu. So that's why as soon as I went like embracing my Delulu, I was like, let's go.
That's good.
You're
Okay.
freaking doing it.
Yeah.
Um.
Wait, what are the
Try.
other 2? Or just one?
Fuck.
Oh yeah.
I would say like find good friends to help you with like writing stuff. Like if you're not the best writer, or if you're not the best like person behind the tripod or whatever, like find someone who is, or like can help you with that, and then make it like a fun experience. Because then even if it's like a flop or whatever, you had fun doing it and you got to hang. So
that's really fun. I record it all obsessively by myself, and it's exhausting.
oh yeah, I've done that too.
Yeah.
I get
Miserable.
it. It's a lot. And then you like you turn off the ring light and you're like, what am I doing with my life? You have like an existential crisis. And you're like, fuck.
I'm done.
That's a good tip. Third tip?
That
was your second.
Was that too? Okay. Third tip. Oh no. I would just say don't take it too seriously.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like the key is fun and having fun with it. If you think about it too much, you're gonna be like, oh my God, this is social media, and this is going online, and this is blah blah blah, and it's just all like, no, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, will the internet exist forever? I don't know. Like, this is just fun for now.
Yeah, put anything you want on
find the
there.
joy in it. Yeah, if you find
Nothing
the joy
is
in
forever
it, it'll
on
be
the
fun.
internet.
And then it's not like as trivial or exhausting.
Okay, I have a follow-up. Okay, if you were like a very serious content creator, not comedy, like influencer, serious, earnest,
Like a cult leader.
yeah, like
Mother God.
Yeah, like Mother God.
What kind of very serious influencer would you be? Fashion, beauty,
Oh my God.
religion.
I actually, this is, it's everywhere already, but like I've always loved makeup. That's like the straightest thing about me.
And you do Get Ready With Me.
And I love like fucking up the Get Ready With Me.
Yeah, those are so funny.
I personally love watching them and being like, oh my God, I need that brow tool. I need this. But then when I think about it, like I've always thought about if I wasn't doing this, I would probably be doing like some drag queen's makeup, or I'd be teaching, I'd be doing like Sephora or something. I grew up in the theater, so like I had to take makeup classes and did a lot of like my own makeup for every show I've ever done. So I was like, oh, this is kind of fun. It's like painting in a way. My mom is an artist, so I was like, I just like, I've always kind of grown up around that kind of stuff. So I would do makeup.
Okay, that's a good answer.
That's a great answer.
Would you be?
Thank you.
Would you, if you were a serious?
Would I do
influencer?
makeup?
Yeah. What kind of serious
What would you
influencer would
do?
you be?
I would probably be like a motivational speaker.
Ooh, yes.
I would be like, you can be anything you want to be if you just put your heart into it.
God,
Yes,
the
Gary
next
Vee.
Brene Brown.
A Gary Vee.
She's like,
Brene Brown.
I would come with the
you'll have
badass
some like
button.
really intense glasses. Like they always have the really big framed glasses.
Oh my God,
Because then you
yes.
take them more seriously.
Absolutely.
Like
Like
I'm
a
taking you
blended-
more seriously just because you have your glasses
This is
on.
intelligence right
Sorry,
here.
Ray, but like
It's fine.
You're an idiot.
I am
what
dumb.
it is.
Yeah.
yeah, you suck.
You know, and the thing is, I have glasses. I just don't wear them.
Oh,
And that is dumb.
Yeah.
And I am judging you only because I have to wear contacts or I will be blind. Like I'm very blind, and I have friends who like don't wear glasses and they drive, and I'm like, I'm scared for you. But you're probably great.
I'm not
You're
that.
fine.
I do. Well, first of all, I am not that blind, and also I do wear glasses when I drive
Amazing.
because I'm a good person.
Because it's LA and you're gonna die
Yeah.
if you don't.
I want to know how you went from like small town Texas. It was a small town Texas.
Yeah, Fredericksburg, Texas.
Fredericksburg, Texas.
Mhm.
What was it like growing up there?
It was awesome because I
Where
was
is it?
oblivious to the conservative.
Yeah.
None of that mattered obviously as a kid, and it was it's in the hill country, so it's like closer if you're familiar with Texas, it's like closer to Kerrville, San Antonio,
Like southern
area,
Texas.
closer to like Austin than like Houston. Houston's like down by the Gulf. So it's more central.
I spent
And-
some time in Texas, just so you know.
Oh, really?
I was in
Where?
Austin. I was in Houston. I drove down to Big Bend,
Oh,
like
yeah.
all the way at the bottom. I was in Marfa, Texas.
Okay, Marfa.
So I actually like
Love
Texas.
that.
But yeah, I've never been there.
it's-
Yeah.
It's so big that there's so many different.
It's huge.
Like every season is there, every type of person is there. It's very strange. Everywhere you go is going to be different.
Yeah.
I love Austin because it's just like the one blue dot in Texas
Yeah.
where everyone is like gay and smoking weed, but they're also like Texan and wearing a cowboy hat. So Fredericksburg was one of those places where like everyone knew everybody. there's only like one HEB. We didn't even have a movie theater, so we had to like drive to go to a movie theater. So it was like an experience. And then we would like stay in a hotel, and I was like, oh my God, there's an escalator. Like escalators were our roller coaster. My sister and I were like, yes, let's fucking go.
Wow.
And you could just like, everyone left their doors open. You could go, you know, walk across the street and like walk to your friend's house and stuff. And
was there a church?
Oh yeah. Oh
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I grew up Episcopalian and Presbyterian. We called ourselves Episcotarian.
Totally. What's the difference?
You know, I never really like globbed onto whatever they were doing. I just saw it as like, I think Episcopalians are a little more chill.
Yeah, Episcopalians like will do gay marriage. They're like one of the most liberal denominations, and they're also closer to Judaism in that they have like a lot of rituals, like different from like Baptists.
Oh my God,
or non-denominational, whatever that means, who are like sort of like freestyle improvising.
Yes,
Episcopalians normally show up with a script, and then there's an improv sermon somewhere in there.
Yeah, it was cool. It was fun. Like I knew we were family friends with like the pastor at our church, and he knew us. And like my sister farted in church one time when she was like really little.
Fun.
Just ripping ass in the church.
Nice.
I love it. You know, Jesus would too. He's like, I love the prostitutes. I love the whores. I love people ripping ass.
He loves all the bodily fluids.
Yeah, he loves it all. And my pastor literally, I don't know why he would do this, by the way, because it's a child, but he was just like, Lovell, that's my sister's name. He was like, Lovell, is that you? And she stands up in the pew and goes, no, that was Batman. She was like really in a Batman phase.
That's so funny.
And so in front of the entire church, she like rips ass. He calls her out. She's like, no, that was Batman, motherfucker. Like, why would you say that? So that's like a running joke still in that town.
That's a good bit in the whole town.
In the whole town, because it's tiny.
Oh
and when we
my
come back,
God,
everyone's like,
that's so
I knew
good.
you when you were this big. You don't remember me, but I remember when you ripped ass in church. I'm just like, it's weird going back now because we're like, we got out, we left.
Yeah.
And everyone like still stays there. Like they get sucked in.
Do you get a celebrity treatment when you go home? Are they like the big comedian
Kind
from
of.
LA?
Well, kind of only because my parents actually, like they started, because it's such a small town, they started like 5 businesses there when we were like growing up, and they're still like there to this day, like wine bars and cigar bars. And then my dad now has a place on Main Street, Fredericksburg, called Elk Store Wine and Distillery. And
shout out.
Check it out.
He's gonna be so proud of me for doing that. And
For all of
send
our
me money,
listeners
Dad.
in Hedrickson, Texas.
Yeah.
Go there.
Go there. They have slushy gin and tonics, which taste like margaritas. They're so fucking good. Anyway,
Love that.
but so he's got a nice like. So whenever I go now, I feel like I'm part of like a celebrity family, because like they knew my mom when she lived there, and then they know my dad because of his business. And my sister and I go back, and they're just like, "Oh my God, you just like we haven't seen you so long. Why don't you come home and visit?" So yeah, we're kind of celebrities, but also like.
Your parents are
I don't
bigger
think they don't. I don't think they get it. Yeah, my parents are bigger than us.
Are they religious still?
nepo-baby.
I wouldn't say so. My mom is very spiritual. And my dad, I feel like, is just he'll go to church, but he doesn't like he'll go with people. Like he wouldn't go by himself. Like, he is not a very religious man, but his parents, my grandparents, are very Catholic.
Yeah.
And they always have been.
Do you have any good like Christian cult gossip?
Oh.
Not to say that Christianity is a cult, but there are many pockets of cultishness within, as there are within all religions.
All religion is
for
cult.
sure. I mean, I always thought it was weird that like some of my friends were different denominations, and like they wouldn't even like be allowed to dance. Like their parents were like, "Oh, you can't like go to this like slumber party because they're going like to dance." And like dancing leads to the devil. I was like, that's so sad. I would be so depressed if I wasn't allowed to dance. I would be a Satanist if I couldn't dance.
There's a whole movie about that.
Oh yeah, Footloose, literally.
Footloose.
Yeah, it comes from the South for a reason
Dancing
because like
leads to
it's
the
religious that like you can't like get too close to
like
each other.
dance with like
It
the
leads to
opposite
sex. Yeah.
not just dance in general.
Right, but then little do they know, everyone's fucking. I'm
Yeah.
like, little do they know.
See,
there are
that's
gay
such
people.
good goss.
Yeah.
Well, wait, okay. So because I feel like in Judaism, like I grew up Orthodox Jewish, and you weren't allowed to.
Jesus.
You weren't allowed to like talk to the other sex, but like people wouldn't have sex really. You know, it was like it was like I feel like in Christian sects, like you're not supposed to have sex, but people have sex.
Oh, for sure.
But with us, it was like you're not supposed to have sex, but you like fool around a little bit, but you don't like have sex, or you do butt stuff. But I guess you do, but like Christians do. You do butt stuff.
Personally,
butt stuff. Say it on the pod right now.
My G spot is not there, so no, I haven't. But yeah, it's obvious. It's always one of those things where it's like, oh well, you know, if you do it in the butt, then like, you're fine.
Yeah.
Like you're still intact, and Jesus will never know. I'm like, Jesus knows. Do you ever like masturbate and you're thinking about like the people that are like looking down on you that have like died?
Why did you put that in my head?
I'm sorry. I just that's like a religious thing I think about. I'm like, I don't think about like God looking at me, but I'm like, oh my God, my grandmother's up there. Like, I'm like, I'm sorry.
That's incredible. I mean, I don't think about people looking down on me. I think in general.
Do you masturbate though? Because you have a partner that you even
do I masturbate?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course I masturbate.
Oh, okay.
You think people who have partners just stop masturbating?
Yes.
She's like, you stopped having fun on your own.
Yeah, you have someone to like have fun, pleasure you all the time. But yeah, but then also you want to do it.
But
on
then
your
also
own.
sometimes you're alone.
Yeah, that's true.
We sound so single right now.
It's just me. It's just me. I'm single. Can I ask you to speak into the?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like you have to be a little bit close to it.
A little bit closer.
Yeah, there you
okay.
Go. Perfect.
Usually I'm too loud for these things, and then they tell me to back away.
No, you're crushing it.
Yeah, we just want you to make out with the mic.
Will do. I'm so single at this point.
Back to Antonia masturbating.
Yeah, back to me masturbating.
Yeah.
No, what is your dating life like?
Oh, non-existent.
What's your type?
My type? I love like a big burly man who doesn't open his mouth but just lets me do my thing. I want like a big, hairy, like Magic Mike-ish looking man who just like, I'm just like his little coin purse. Like he doesn't really need to like, he just lets me do my thing.
Wait, what does it mean to be someone's coin
You said
purse?
so many things
I'm
in
sorry,
my head
this
are
is-
opposites. Big, hairy, but also like Magic Mike.
But also
Yeah,
Magic Mike.
they're very shaved, aren't they? Never mind. I just mean like I don't like the Pete Davidsons and the Maddie Healy's that everyone is into as far as like
you don't want
they look like walking cigarettes like Timmy Shalley. I don't want that.
Yeah,
like
he's
I
my
want
type.
like a man who's like I want something to grab onto.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I feel like I'm 5'3", so like it's not that hard to find people that are taller than me. I love like looking up and being like, hey, that's what I mean by like coin purse. Like I feel like I sit right at his hip, and that would be really cute. And then I look up and I'm like, what's that? And what if
Wow.
and then he just like doesn't. He's got a deep voice, but like he doesn't really need to say much. He's just like she's the talking head here. Like I'm gonna be the bodyguard, but like we fuck. We're together.
Oh,
That's my time. Clearly
Okay.
that it's not working, so that's why I'm single.
What happens when you're alone together? Do you talk?
Yes, yeah, we talk. I'm sorry. I mean, like in public. In public, he's like, yeah,
quiet.
I don't need to say much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because you're the voice. You're the mouth.
That's
You're
just
the
like
star.
who I am.
Yeah.
Which sounds really selfish, but like
No, you know it.
I think that
I'm
works.
sure there are so many guys out there that are just like, I don't want to say anything. I just
Yeah.
want to shut my brain off.
And I feel like every comedian has some version of how much of a star they want to be in
In a
public in their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are like, I want my partner to like take the
well,
stage.
yeah.
not me.
I feel like he's
Yeah.
gonna.
That's crazy.
But I feel like you and your partner.
I want to be a comedy act.
Tell me more.
Like I want us to be able to do bits together
Yeah.
and shine in our own moments.
I love that.
I like a 50-50 shine.
That's really nice of you to give them 50%. I would say like maybe
the thing
60-40.
is, I need someone talented enough to be able to take that 50%.
Yeah.
You know, I have high standards.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. They have to keep up. So it's like, that's really hard to find in and of itself.
Exactly.
And then to be attractive on top of that, it's really fucking hard.
Yeah, there's a lengthy audition process.
Yeah. And then in LA, it's like, oh, I'm also a DJ. Oh, I'm also this. Oh, I'm also. And you're like, ooh, that's such a turnoff. Like, just be one thing. Sorry. I'm just like, that's gross. Don't tell me that. I was just with a guy who was very short. And it like didn't bother it. Well,
shorter than you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
But kind of like when we were standing next to each other, he would like say he was a little bit taller than me, but like we were like same height. And then when it became an ick when like I would hug him and his head was like at my chest. And I was like, it's not that hard to be taller than me. And this is an ick. When you say
with him, were you like dating him?
Yeah, we dated each other for like maybe like 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah, it was quick, short-lived.
No, 2 months.
But here's the thing.
Is it in LA? I feel like that's years.
Yeah.
Years.
Yeah.
But also it was like the
You're
holidays.
Married.
So like we're married.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been divorced.
Yeah.
No, but it was the holidays. So like technically I think it was only like a month that we really saw each other. But because of like traveling for the holidays and then we all, it's like COVID was we were sick. So we didn't, with the time we actually did see each other, it was probably like a month. But it was like over the span of 2 months.
Was it an
Yeah.
app thing?
Yeah.
How did you meet?
At a show.
Oh, comedian or fan?
Kind of.
Fan?
Let's move on. Sorry. I only say that because I just like I needed to wipe this. I wanted to kind of start the year on a clean slate. No, big from this man. I thought that he was more put together, like very much so, like apartment like near the beach. Ooh. Like this is very LA to be like, oh, you're dating someone and you're like, oh my God, they have a rent controlled 1-bedroom apartment.
That's huge.
In Santa Monica, like close to the beach. Then you find out their name's not even on the lease.
So subtle.
And then you're like, ooh, you got it from your ex who lived there before you. Oh. And then things start to like fade away. Then you're like, oh, the smoke and mirrors of it all really got me.
And next thing you know, you're Risa Tisa.
Yes.
Doing a 50-part series about it. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I love her.
Ray's not gonna get it.
Risa Tisa, queen.
She got
goddess.
Like briefly, she got scammed, big time scammed by an ex-husband, and did a 50-part series on TikTok where she explained everything that happened.
It was everything.
And it was about an hour long and genuinely a fascinating ride for the entire hour.
Huh. And you watched the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
they were playing
on regular speed or on 2 times speed?
1.5.
1.5. And they would have it in like hair salons playing. It was like people.
Really?
Yes. I saw everywhere people were like putting it on for people to watch because it was so. And she was on the news.
Yeah.
Like, it went viral. It was crazy. Her story was insane.
Such a different world.
I know.
How do I even get in this world? I don't. You have to send me some TikToks.
Your brain is so much healthier than ours. Like, you are doing so much better than us.
Thank you. Yes, I don't have glasses, but I am not on this side of TikTok.
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, it's a win-lose.
Yeah.
It's a win-lose.
Balances
you can't
out.
win them all. It's okay.
What about with your comedy? Like, I have lots of comedy sort of nerd questions.
Sure.
Like,
fire away.
Like, what do you? How do you think of your persona on stage when you're doing comedy?
Oh my gosh, I think people would say I'm like one of those like jumping beans. Like, I feel like I have a lot of energy on stage. Have you ever seen those like Mexican jumping beans that just like won't stop moving?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I have. I came from the musical theater world, so like when I get on a stage, it feels comfortable. But the weird thing for me that doesn't feel comfortable is like slowing down and like waiting for things. And so, because I'm not used to like necessarily like having such a open conversation with the audience, which is very like, you have to do that in stand up. So for me, I feel like I'm more physical and like vibrant on stage. Like, I have a lot of energy. And then I feel like for me, it's just, it's like very in your face. And then, but then at the same time, you're like, I want to like be her friend. I want to like chill with her. Like, I hope that it feels like I'm in like someone's living room and we're just like shooting the shit, but also like you're like she's crazy.
Yeah.
Does that answer your question?
She's a monster.
Yeah, like oh, she's on medication, and then you'd be correct.
Like Taylor Tomlinson.
Yeah, okay,
You give me Taylor vibes.
I think you're. I
get
think
that a
you're
lot.
A higher energy.
Maybe a little higher
I think
energy.
I am a little. Yeah, if I put my hair in a ponytail and like put on some, I love how Taylor Tomlinson always has these like Skechers heels that she wears. Have you seen her?
In their old
She's
days,
always in like sneaker heels.
You're like, I've seen
Yeah,
those in their
and
old
I'm like,
specials. Those
are
weird.
so
They're
lame.
interesting.
They're
I'm like,
so
girl,
weird.
you're on Netflix.
Yeah.
You could have any type of shoe you want, and you chose a sneaker heel.
Taylor, I love you.
We
and
love
if
Taylor.
you ever want me to do anything for you, I will. But those
Big
shoes,
fan.
not great.
Nothing.
But she stopped wearing them. She doesn't wear them anymore. I think they were like 2015-ish Taylor.
No, girl. I think I just
She
saw
still
them
wears
recently.
really
Yeah.
on her new show After Midnight at midnight.
Not after midnight, or I think at midnight.
Because her
After midnight?
suits on After Midnight are fire.
Oh, they're fire.
They're so good.
They're very fire.
Have you seen those suits?
No.
Why aren't you on this side of
Wow.
TikTok?
All I
wow.
can imagine is just a regular blazer.
No, she
no,
wears
no.
so many different types of really cool suits.
Oh, that's amazing.
The first like 2 weeks, she was wearing a suit in every color.
Yeah.
It was such a vibe.
It was such
incredible.
A vibe. It was
Now
very
she's
like
changing it
Queen
up a little
Elizabeth
bit.
in the like crowd of people, and you're like, I know it's her because she's in all yellow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like she was. It was very cool. I was a big fan of her suits as well.
Yeah.
And I love that a woman could be like, yeah, give me some suits, bitch. Like,
Yeah,
I don't want.
it's interesting because it was kind of like a mask. Whatever, obviously it changed, but they were more like
Right.
mask-y suits. But she still looks very feminine with everything else that
Yeah.
she's doing. But like, I would have loved all of those suits in like a more androgynous fashion type of way.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'll wear any of them.
Yeah, same.
Great outfits.
I mean, you are kind of the Taylor Tomlinson of ex-Orthodox comedy.
Hey, say that.
that's what everyone tells me.
You really have a similar vibe, don't you think?
I'm getting that vibe from you.
I want to be her so bad.
Proud. You should be proud.
Sometimes I'll just like do her, like I'll watch her specials, I'll pause it, and then I'll just like
and then you just
I'll
do
act it out. Yeah.
Wait, are you
swear,
serious?
I swear.
No.
It actually has really been helping
I
me out
love
with
that.
my act outs
Wow.
because I just like channel her, I just like do her act outs, and then I just like it just even the transitions from like talking to act out are hard for me.
Yeah.
And like I had to learn how to like go into the voice and then out, and then she like is so dynamic and like the
her
different-
timing of everything is really well thought out. It's really nice.
I mean, I do it with her and other comedians, but I read that in
Yeah.
a book that's supposed to be helpful, and it has been.
Love that.
Anyway, should we go to Matzah Minute?
Let's go to Matzah Minute.
Matzah Minute. Bum,
Matzah
ba-dum,
Minute,
bum, bum,
Matzah
bum,
Minute.
bum.
I don't even
Yes.
know what's going on. And I'm like, let's go. Matzah
Crush
Minute.
that, Mason.
It
Thank
really
you.
is kind of a test of our guests to see how quickly they join into our stupid
Let's go.
Crushed it.
vocal improv.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's every day for me.
You're
My roommate's like, shut the
ready.
fuck up.
That is. Because you did. Wait, did you do musical theater? Or
Yeah.
Theater? Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
So you sing too.
I do.
You're so talented.
Yeah, I teach musical theater.
Sick.
I teach kids musical theater. So.
Which we have to talk about also.
yeah, but we're
doing
at
Matzah
the
Minute.
Matzah Minute.
Okay, Matzah Minute is a game where we ask very quick questions
Oh my god.
that you have about a minute to answer.
Okay.
And if you don't want to answer it, you have to eat matzah, which is really not that bad.
I have to eat it?
Yeah.
Ooh, I am allergic to gluten.
Well, then you better
don't
fucking
have to eat
answer the
anything.
questions,
I'm so
Mason.
sorry. I should have told you guys that. Fuck. That's the most LA thing about me. Like, I'm allergic to gluten.
No, that's like
It's really an intolerance, so I'll shit my pants. It's not like an Instagram diet. Sorry. Just had to let you guys know.
okay. Well, then
wish I was cooler.
you'll answer the questions, and then
Okay, I'm gonna answer
We'll have to
them
force you to shit your
spiffy.
pants.
Okay, question number 1.
Okay.
What are your controversial Love is Blind opinions?
So many. Okay. Controversial. I think that Clay is from the latest season.
Uh-huh.
Are you talking about the latest season or just in general?
Whatever you want to
Well,
talk
first
about.
of all, I think the Lacheys should go to prison. I think the Lacheys are absolute chaos individuals. And I know that it's also the producers of the show that make it crazy, but like the Lacheys are not well.
Well, they're just bad at their jobs.
They're bad at their jobs.
They're terrible hosts.
They look-
oh my god, I hate them.
And
oh my god, when they do that thing with the mic, bad.
You hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when they do that thing.
They don't know how to host. That's what I've been saying this whole time.
Sure.
Oh my god,
And
it's
you
like
would
you
be
never
right.
stop saying that.
I told you. You stole that
Good
from
one,
me.
Raye.
It's true. It's
Yeah.
true. This is your bit.
Yeah.
So okay, Lachey's go to prison.
Lachey's go to prison.
Incredible.
I think every single person that they hire for the show is on the verge. Like they are on the verge of a breakdown.
Yeah.
They find these people who are just about to jump. Like they're really
and
really
that's
not
on
well.
purpose.
And that's on purpose. And I understand.
Because they make for a great entertaining
good
television.
television.
I think they make for pretty good television, but if they found actually stable people,
Yes.
that would actually be better television.
Yeah.
Personally,
Yeah. I agree.
I don't think
I agree.
so. I think it would be so boring.
it
would just
it
be like,
depends.
oh, let's
all
talk out our
everything is
feelings
editing.
together.
Everything is editing.
It's all the
Yeah.
editing.
And so you can edit beautiful people to be compelling by showing the beauty of what falling in love looks like. Like there's already enough juice there.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I think these people are so unwell though that it really does make for great television.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I would say my third thing is the experiment it's pointless now because they all talk about what each other looks like in the pods anyway. So it's like they get, you know what I mean? Like they
Could
get.
I lift you up on my shoulders if we went to a music festival?
Could I sit on your shoulders? Basically being like, are you fat? Like these people are fucking crazy. And then and this one guy was like, yeah, I would like let you know if you were gaining weight. Like I would keep you in check. And I'm like, I would leave the room in that moment. The fact that these people stick around to be like, sorry, say that again.
She
Like,
stuck around for so long.
she stuck around for too long.
Wait, what was your take on Clay that you were about to say?
I think he's the most immature man. But I think it makes sense that we saw his family because his dad is crazy too. His mom is the only one that has it together and like laid down the law on one of the episodes. Sorry. Yeah. You remember that one
please,
episode?
my
You
favorite
loved that
episode.
part.
Yeah, she's a queen. And I just feel like Clay's he literally at the reunion was just like sitting there like just like blinking. You were just like, are you AI? Like, are you okay? Are you alive?
He was so stiff.
He was just
it was
so
like he didn't know how to move his body.
just like listening to everything like, yeah. And the whole time he was never ready for marriage. And yet he proposed to this girl. And as soon as they saw each other in real life, he was like, I think I'm going to cheat. I think I'm going to cheat on you. I can't explain it, man. But like, I'm going to cheat. And she was like, what? It was so weird.
Do you think that was a reaction to her? Like he didn't think, like he wasn't attracted to her, and so he thought he was going to cheat.
I don't understand how anyone could not be attracted to
Yeah,
that
exactly.
woman.
I'm like,
AD
she's
is
so
fine.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
I feel like the whole cheating thing wasn't about seeing her. It was just about his own weird childhood
world.
trauma narrative.
Yeah. It's like, go to this is the other thing is like every single man on that show needs to go to therapy. And they probably don't believe in it, but they need to go.
Yes.
Because they're so fucked up. And it's obvious that the women are like, I mean, they're crazy too, but like they're a little more put together because you can tell they've at least been to therapy or like have had to look at themselves in the mirror and be like,
They're also better at faking it too.
Yeah.
They've got a better veneer. Okay.
Oh no, a minute ran up.
That was
no,
a good
sorry.
answer.
Oh. Okay, next question. Is squirting real?
Yes, I squirt.
Okay. Tell me more. Does it feel pleasurable?
Yes. It's the best orgasm ever.
Interesting.
In my opinion. I don't know if it's different for everyone.
What happened when you squirt? What needs to happen?
You just have to hit the right places. You got to hit the right spots. And then it's weird. Like I don't squirt every time, but I think guys are sometimes like, whoa, like it'll be just like happening out of nowhere because I'm just like, oh, you did a good job. Like you hit the right spot.
Yeah.
And it's usually, it just feels like you're like just extremely wet. I don't feel like I'm peeing. It doesn't feel like a different hole. Like it feels just really good. And honestly, I don't even realize I'm doing it. And they're like, oh, you just squirted. And I'm like, cool, slay. That's amazing. Like, you're welcome. I had a guy get mad though one time. He got mad that I squirted. He literally was, I don't know. It was so weird. He was like, does that happen? He was like, does that happen all the time?
How much liquid?
I mean, it's not. It's not like a water gun. Like it's just a little bit. I would say it's like it's a I don't know, like an ounce.
Okay, like a shot glass.
Like a shot glass maybe. And that's a lot. Like if it's like that full amount, like, ooh, I've been real coming.
Is it viscous like
cum.
lubrication? Yeah, or is it like thin like pee?
It's more thin like pee. It's more watery like pee and less like cummy. You know what I mean?
Not thick.
But it's still like a little bit of both. But it's clear. It's not like pee color.
Is it?
You guys are so curious. I hope you both squirt so soon.
I have theoretically.
You're welcome.
I have released a lot of liquid.
Oh,
and
not
a
to
lot.
brag, but
Not
I've
to
released
brag.
a lot of liquid.
And it just feels like I'm peeing. And it's a lot of liquid, but it also smells a little like pee. And it's
Whoa, I've never smelled it.
oh,
Was it when you were coming?
Only kind of. Sometimes it's when I was coming. Sometimes it's not related to coming, and I don't find it pleasurable.
Right. Ooh, interesting.
But it just happens?
It just happens.
Huh.
And it doesn't enhance my experience.
Oh. Do you feel like it happens more when you're like hydrated? Or does it happen like if you're like, oh, if I have like 5 margaritas, like I'll probably squirt tonight.
Oh, I
like,
have.
If you feel like.
Well, I have experimented.
Oh, okay. I love this.
I've experimented. I've like tried to like really dehydrate myself and like pee a lot before sex.
Yeah.
And then we would like try everything. Then we'd like figure out how to make me squirt. And yeah, it would still happen.
Do you know like when your bladder is full, you actually can come harder?
I know, because pressing on your clit.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like,
structure. But then that makes me nervous because I'm like, what if I'm like, coming in the night pee?
Yeah.
And then it's not like squirting. It's like, oh, I'm just peeing. Like it's just so full and there's pressure. I don't know. I have a really, that's like when you're on the table giving birth and like people shit. I'm like, those are things I think about.
People come.
It makes me nervous. No.
Yeah.
Come and shit.
Come while they're giving birth.
And give a baby. Oh my God.
Everything.
The female body is incredible.
Insane.
Men wish they could do all of those at the same time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we should do a whole episode on squirting.
I think so too.
I love how you did not expect my reaction so soon. I was like, wait, yeah.
I ask everybody about squirting, and
you never asked me, Antonia.
Wow.
I haven't.
I don't think so.
What do you think?
How does that make you feel?
Hurt. I've never squirted. Yeah. I've been with girls that squirt, but once. And
did you feel like
very
it was
messy?
Like, yeah,
it was very messy.
And I'm a clean freak, and it stresses me out.
There are levels.
But it wasn't
to
her
the
bed,
squirting.
so I was less stressed out.
It doesn't always have to be like crazy amounts. Like there's levels to it. It doesn't.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes.
Some people squirt and it's like it's like a Six Flags or no, not so. It's like a Schlitterbahn. It's like a water park.
It's like the spray.
It's sorry,
the
Schlitterbahn is what we have in Texas. By the way, I don't know if anyone knows it. It's like it's a well-known like water park. Very disgusting. But anyway, I feel like there's levels to it. So I'm sorry that you had a bad experience.
No, it wasn't. I was the bad experience. I was the bad person.
Did she enjoy it?
She enjoyed it.
Good.
I was just.
And you helped with that. That's amazing. You should feel
were
proud.
Stressed out by the cleanup.
I was stressed out by the cleaning.
Absolutely.
Which is on me and my problems, but it was great.
I had a guy that put down a tarp once for us to fuck on top of because it was gonna get messy.
And that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, like a rubber tarp?
More like an extra blanket he didn't mind getting gross.
Okay,
or
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm
a tarp,
thinking
like something that you don't mind getting
Yes, I know what you mean.
dirty
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that I
But
feel like that's standard.
Yeah, towel.
A towel.
Yeah.
A tarp.
Well,
But towel, I feel like a towel isn't enough.
Yeah.
Oh, say that.
For
hot
these
take.
juices.
For me, that's not enough.
For all these juices, it ain't enough.
That's crazy.
I love that.
If I'm squirting, if I'm just regular fucking towels, great.
Yeah.
Okay. Question.
Yes.
I don't know if you are in this pop culture niche, but I really want to talk about it with someone. Is Brad Mondo a bisexual?
Oh my. Okay, I'm really bad with names, but if I saw a face, I would probably.
He's a hairstylist on the internet, and it just seems really gay. And like for years, was like, seemed like he was out as gay, and it seems like he has rolled out like that his girlfriend recently.
I have no idea. I'm so sorry, I don't know this.
It's
I
unclear
pride myself on knowing pop culture, and I have no idea who this man is.
That's okay.
Sorry to this man.
Here's another pop culture niche that you may or may not know about. Andrew Huberman.
Again, maybe the face would give me. Sorry,
you're too deep, Antonia.
I know, I am so deep.
I just like, and I'm also really challenged when it comes to like names. If I saw a face, I'd be like, yes, I know who that is. So I don't know.
No
I
problem.
maybe
Well,
do
perfect,
know who
let's
it is.
transition to secrets.
Perfect.
Okay.
We're secreting. Who? Do you want to go first?
No, because I still have to think of my secret. I'm pulling up my list of secrets.
I made a few. I have a list as well.
Oh my god.
Well, this isn't really a secret, but I do want to talk about this a little bit. I did a Antonia was there. Have you been to the Crow?
Yeah.
Were you at the
I've done the Slice
festival
Mike
this
and
week?
No, I didn't do the festival. I didn't go to the festival.
I only went for one, which was they did a Type 5 workshop.
Oh, that's where I saw that. Yeah.
Yes, and they workshopped my tape.
Cool.
At the Type 5 workshop, and it was like the booker from the Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon.
Okay.
The booker from the Comedy Store.
Okay.
And the head. She like used to book for Letterman and
Damn. So like legit.
So like legit people.
Legit.
Yeah, legit people.
Yeah.
Who were reviewing my tape in the context of like, you know, this is not a good tape. We would not book off these tapes. And here's why.
Right.
But it was the most beautiful feedback. Like it was such
good. God, I would be so fucking nervous.
It was terrifying.
Yeah.
But terrifying, but also chill in that like it was just a tape, so I really didn't have to do much. But I got really, really good notes, and the main notes were just like, and I'm curious to hear what you think about this. Of like, apparently I do this thing. Well, first of all, he's the Tonight Show booker he was like, in 5 seconds, he was like, you have a tick. And he's like, you do this move with your jacket when you are about to make a punchline. And he's like, I see when you're going to make the punchline.
So that's a tell.
Yeah, a tell.
Yeah.
But he called it a tick. A tell and a ticky tell.
A tell and a tick,
yeah. Which I was like, that's crazy. I did not notice that.
Interesting.
And then he was like, I don't let the jokes land. Like I kind of mumble after the punchline, or like I make the punchline, people will laugh, and then I'll like keep kind of talking.
Oh, I'm the same way. That's why I have no patience.
Yeah.
Even with myself, I just barrel through, and people are like, it's funny, let them laugh and like give them a beat and then go on. So I feel you there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you train the audience to laugh less because they're worried about missing something.
Exactly.
So it's tough.
Yeah, it's a weird, you have to really like intuitively feel it out. You have to be like really in sync with, I don't know, just like your set, the audience. Right. And then just know when they're kind of wrapping up the laughter and then to like keep going. But yeah, I think I do a similar thing where like I'll like sometimes do a punchline and then I'll go, and then I'll like, and then they're like,
exactly.
But like a lot of people do that because it's kind of a way to be like, oh, I'm just going to throw away that was the punchline there.
Exactly.
But that's interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm happy that it's like, yeah, I think basically it was like, you know, you're just so new at it. How long have you been doing stand-up?
Let's see. I started at the very end of 2017 in New York City.
Oh, damn.
So, but like the stand-up world for me has been kind of like here and there, like the content creating and then the stand-up, and then I did improv at Groundlings in UCB for a while. So like,
oh, cool.
That kind of work, like the sketch, stand-up, and improv world was all kind of mixed for me. So I started in late 2017, but I would still call myself like a green comic.
Right.
I mean, I'm getting there. And especially like doing it on different coasts and seeing like what works. And just like with different groups of people. But yeah, I mean, I think everyone says like you're not a real stand-up till it's been like 10 years. And then like,
I was just going to say,
because it's all experience.
I saw Maddie Weiner on Mike Birbiglia's podcast, and she was like, I'm so new. I've only been doing it 10 years. I'm
right.
Like, shut the fuck up,
Yeah.
Maddie.
I know.
That's so long. long.
That's so long.
Also,
It's so
you're
long.
so good.
Yeah.
If you see this, like, don't, it's crazy to say I've only been doing something 10 years.
It's crazy.
What other industry can you say that? Like, besides stand-up?
Yes.
Right. Exactly.
Is that an only?
And we're never we're never our own, like, our cheerleader. We're always just like, I'm like, okay.
Right,
I'm like working.
right.
We would never be like, yes, I am a professional stand-up comedian and I have been working very hard.
I know she actually is a professional comedian.
Legit.
I am not. But anyway, it's not really a secret, but I will say on that note, at the end of the show, I was talking to Michael Cox, the booker, the Tonight Show booker, and he was just like, it doesn't matter how long you've been doing it. Like, it really shouldn't. It shouldn't be that much of an impact on, like, how good you are or like how other people perceive you.
Yeah.
But then I was like, what's the, like, shortest time that someone's been doing stand-up that you've had them on the Tonight Show? And he said 7 years.
Yeah.
So I got 4.5 years I'm on the Tonight Show.
Oh my gosh, you've only been doing it for 3 years.
There.
2.5.
2.5. What?
Yeah.
That blows my mind.
Yeah.
You're very good for 2.5 years. So take
you
that.
Hear that, Michael Cox?
Yeah, fucking put that in your
Yeah.
pipe and smoke it.
Put me on
Ray's
the Tonight
fucking
Show.
funny.
Thanks, Mason.
You're
I really
welcome.
appreciate that. Okay, what are your secrets?
Do you have one?
Well, okay. It's not necessarily a secret, but it's something that I've kept like hidden in a way since high school that I like don't really tell people because I get embarrassed, because it was maybe the most embarrassing thing to ever happen to me.
That's
and
good.
it stayed something
Good
like
start.
that.
Yeah,
stays with
good
you.
start.
Yeah, are you really into
Oh
it
yeah,
now?
I'm here
Okay,
with
great.
you.
Yeah, strap in. So I went to Episcopal High School, LOL, in Houston, Texas. Go Knights. And
Yeah.
you would never be like, whoa, Knights. And I was a theater nerd, obviously. And I was like, I was never a cool kid. I was a theater kid. And we were doing Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead. Do you know that show?
Uh-huh.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ray. Again,
I don't know.
we
I
can't-
feel so left out of this episode. I'm also over here.
open a book.
Yeah,
You
we're
guys-
like,
You should go.
I'll just leave.
Yeah, like, bye, love you. Text us when you get home.
Yeah.
So I was in that show, and I was the leading player or whatever, which is, it's basically like the leading player was taking all of the players like around it was like back in the old days of like the Shakespearea days, they would have just like, they would like the circus, they would cart around these like players and they would just like pop up and do plays everywhere.
Was it with Esther Fallick, your
It was
former
not.
friend and
It was
previous guest on the
not.
podcast? Shout out to
Shout
Shout out
out.
Esther. I don't know if you remember me. We went to the Tommy Tunes together and I saw you win Best Actor. Anyway,
She's not going to listen to this.
she's not going to listen to this, but
maybe, yeah.
big fan.
Yeah.
And anyway, one of the lines that I was supposed to say, which by the way, we were so cool that we did all school performances. So the entire school, my entire high school would see the show before we did it like on opening night. So like we would do it during the day for everyone.
Like a preview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So,
did
like,
that too.
Yeah. So like, but in high school, like when everyone was so fucking cool watching my dumbass on stage, it was just like, oh my God. Like I don't know, like all of my crushes were in the audience. I'm like, oh my God, here I am, like looking bald, like as a player. Anyway, so the line that I was supposed to say in the script was deaths for all ages and occasions. So you're supposed to, and it's a big like presenting moment where you're like, deaths for all ages and occasions. And you're like, you're just like explaining what the show they're about to do is. And one day in rehearsal, the day before this all school performance, we were doing the show. No one was in the audience, obviously, but we were just like doing run through. And I accidentally said deaths for all Asians and occasions. Yeah, you can see where this
really
is going.
Funny.
And then it became like a running joke, right? So then everyone in the cast was like, doing their like warm ups to like deaths for all Asians, and like it was horrible, so racist, so horrible.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
were
oh
there
my God.
any Asians in
And
the
then-
school?
Oh yeah, obviously.
I don't
Oh my
know.
God. I mean, it was like a very rich, all-white school, but we had, we sprinkled in a little bit of ethnicity here and there. If you were gay, you weren't. But, anyway. So we had the all-school performance, and it was stuck in my head. And my director was like, don't let it get stuck in your head. I know everyone's talking about this backstage. and in front of the entire school, I said, "Deaths for all Asians and occasions." And it went silent. I just blacked out. Like, because you're up on stage. It's like halfway through the show. I still have to finish this show. And I've never been so upset in my life and had to like keep going. My face turned bright red. I was so appalled at myself. Everyone was like so in the audience, like either laughing or like could not tell if this was like they didn't know what was going on. And then after the show, I'll never forget, I get backstage and no one could make eye contact with me. And like they were all just like, oh fuck, like Mason fucked up. And then an email was sent out through the entire school from my director, from the theater professor at our school, who was like, sometimes actors make mistakes. Oh, no. And this was not the right line to say.
And this was Mason.
Yeah, she did not. It was not all Asians. Yeah, so blamed my ass. Yeah. So I looked like
no, but
so
didn't actually call
wait,
you out.
Who else is there to blame?
Well, no one. I understand. Okay,
no,
but
like, what about all the other students
I mean,
that were putting it in her head?
Yeah, okay, there you go.
I blame them.
Good point. Good point.
My fellow cast members, fuck you.
It's never your fault.
Anyway, but yeah, he sent out an email further just telling everyone that I had fucked up. And then like no Asian students would ever make eye contact with me in the hallways. Like it was just really, I've always been so upset that happened. And I was so embarrassed for so long. So yeah, that's like my big secret is that I called for the death of all Asians on stage in front of my entire high school. I don't mean it. I love Asians.
Well, you are so canceled.
Yeah. So there's your secret.
That's brave of you to come out on this podcast and say that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Do you feel release? Do you feel a release from sharing it?
I do. I feel like that's just not the real me.
It's
like
not.
That's not who I am.
No. How old were you?
I was probably
it's
like
last week.
15, 16. Probably 15.
15,
16, somewhere around then in high school. Yeah. Terrible. Okay. I was like, it was yesterday, actually. No, that was bad.
Was it in the moment, was it like actually traumatizing, or was it a bit of a claim to fame that you like had like a big fuck up that people then turned into a bit?
Right. That they were like, oh, there's the Deaths for All Asians girl.
Yeah. Because I feel like it could go either way.
I wish that it had become a bit just so that people knew it wasn't real. Like, because
people thought it was real?
Not real, but like they were all, I was just further not known as the cool girl. I was like, this is the theater nerd who like fucked up on stage. So it was just like really embarrassing, and I like carried that with me, that I was like, I am a bad actor, and I offended like the entire school.
Which one's worse?
Yeah, exactly. And now like my director was like, yeah, you fucked up. Like, and we have to tell everyone now in the whole school.
Were you actually unpopular in high school?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I don't believe it.
You give me popular girl.
Yes,
vibes.
That's just the blonde hair. I literally I was never a cheerleader. I was never very cool. I was in chapel theater group. Are you
that
kidding?
Doesn't mean anything necessarily.
Okay.
There's some places where being in the theater group is cool, especially if you do a good job at it.
It was if you were a straight white boy. Yeah. Because you were one of like two.
Yeah.
And so you could like get any girls you wanted. Everyone
really?
Yeah. And then they were also like, you know, on the tennis team and going to Princeton and like those, because they were like, oh my God, look at him being like the lead in the play. But if you were like a girl in theater, they were just like, oh, look at her. Like she thinks she can sing and like dance.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't popular. I got into the popular crowds by like, I think what you maybe see is that like I love talking to people and like can relate to a lot of people. So that's how I got in with other crowds, where like my friends would introduce me to other people and I'd be like, oh, I'm friends with them. So I would be like acquaintances, but I was never like cool. I was never part of the cool group. Definitely not. Never even got fingered in high school. Never.
Well, there you go.
Because that's the kicker, right? Yeah. Like, no, I think, and I was always just like, is it because I overplucked my eyebrows? Is it because I had a cardboard cutout of Edward Cullen in my room? Like, I was such a Twilight nerd.
Whoa, should we nerd out about Twilight?
Do you know Twilight?
I was a Twihard.
Badass. Twihard. So hard.
Really work.
I love it. Oh, I sent out like wedding invitations to my class, to my friends.
With you and Edward?
No, for the last movie
the Breaking
where
Dawn
they
part
get married.
two.
Yes, part 2, part 1.
Oh my God!
Or no, part 1 they get married. So it was when part 1 was coming out, and I was asking my high school friend who like lives here. We were catching up, and I was like, I don't even know, like why didn't no one even like want to touch me in high school? And she was like, Mason, you sent out Twilight Edward and Bella wedding invitations to our class.
Yeah, I think that's a
like,
good bit.
I don't still don't get it, but
that's genius.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you love about
yours?
What was your connection to Twilight?
Me and my best friend in like 8th grade would obsessively just like in class we would just would write notes to each other about why we were obsessed, why we were in love with Jacob and Edward, and I was in love with Jacob and she was in love with Edward. I'm a Jacob person.
Yeah.
In what way?
I just feel like he's I don't know. I feel like he's more like I don't know.
He's more down to earth.
He's more down to earth. I feel like he's the healthier option.
He's
to be honest.
much healthier.
So I feel like
I was like, she has to choose Jacob. This is before Breaking Dawn came out.
Obviously.
And Jacob imprinted on Bella's
Renesmee.
daughter.
Yeah.
You nicknamed my daughter the Loch Ness Monster. Oh my God, Kristen Stewart, that moment will live on in my brain forever.
Yeah, oh my God. But yeah, we would just be like, no, Jacob is better for her because he's a better friend and he was there for her. And she'd be like, no, Edward's better for her because he's in love with her forever and immortal. You know, it was literally like we
crazy.
were so invested.
So you're a new moon. You're a New Moon girl.
I love New Moon.
I love New Moon.
Yeah.
New Moon is the first book we hear about Jacob. So
yeah.
Because Edward's like bye and he just like leaves.
Yeah,
that fucking asshole. Why would you fall in love with someone who leaves you like that?
God.
Why would you vote for him?
Right. Why would you? I mean, honestly, I feel like being a teenager unpacking the healthiness of Edward versus Jacob is like a very good experience to critique toxic masculinity, which both of them have in different flavors.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, you're picking between different flavors of toxic.
Well, Jacob, I guess, has like just aggression toxic.
He's not as bad until he gets rejected.
Yeah.
Then he gets really bad.
Yeah.
And then there's something to say like he's literally a dog. Like I'm like there's something to be said about like he's a dog.
Men are
dogs. They either
wolves.
Suck your blood, they suck your soul, or they're dogs. That's what I got out of it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And I had like I didn't have a life-size cutout of Edward, but I did have like the posters and I had like a little jewelry box that like opened up and played the fucking song from
Bella's
the movie.
Lullaby.
Oh my God. That's
Wait, this
amazing.
is like I feel like I'm nerding out all over again.
This I should save as a secret for another episode. But we should wrap up soon, or we could just wrap up now. We could skip your secret.
Yeah, we can skip my secret.
Okay, let's skip. Sorry,
Are you okay with that?
Oh, I'm very okay with it because my list of secrets is dwindling.
It's hard.
I'm sure because you guys have to have one for
every episode.
Yes.
I feel weird about mine now. I feel like
This
that
is
wasn't
great.
a secret. I feel like it was just a really crazy, sad, embarrassing moment.
I would actually say that that's correct.
Yeah.
It wasn't
like,
exactly a
actually,
secret.
It's not.
It wasn't that vulnerable.
Oh, it wasn't?
I disagree.
Do you want me to be more vulnerable with you? Is this what you're saying right now?
Yeah, well, I'm always like
She wants more goss.
I'm like,
She's like,
go down to the juice.
Yeah.
But it was a good story.
Okay.
I actually can see, as someone who lives with a lot of shame.
Yeah.
I don't know for your
sorry.
story.
So sorry. Yeah, that's
But
the
like,
shame
I
carry.
can see like me being like, this is so like to an outsider, it's like, oh, that's just like a hilarious anecdote
Right, but
about
for
your
me, I'm like, oh,
childhood.
I was in therapy
But
for
I was
a
like,
while.
I have so much shame over this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
But it was an excellent story, and you're an excellent guest. I don't mean to neg you at the end of the podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah,
No, it's fine. I shared had a cardboard cutout of Edward.
That was
a big
very
secret.
vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm so glad I was here.
Yeah,
Thank you
of course.
guys.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
Mason.
for having
You're
me.
so wonderful.
You guys are
What do you
awesome.
want to plug?
Pluggy plug. My socials are at Mason Smaj, MASONSMAJ. I'm really only on like IG and TikTok these days, so follow along, and yeah.
Great.
Incredible. I'm Antonia Lissar. That's at Antonia Lissar. If this comes out before April 24th, Go see me headline Laugh Boston. If you're in Boston, if you're anywhere on the East Coast,
Yes, fuck yeah.
just go.
Yes.
Also, I have a Hey Alma profile coming out
Oh,
very soon. So go read that. Woo.
Woo.
I'm at Raye Schiller. RayeSchiller.com/shows.
Website.
And
Love it.
that's it. Okay, signing off with
Stay horny.
Stay horny.